All right, let's do this. My friends, they have arrived. I got them again through Farfetch, the same as Manolo Blahniks, and the fun part was I didn't realize it's the same store, Browns from Netherlands, before I actually bought them. So it's a fun thing that I actually managed to buy two items from the same store, which again is the point of Farfetch. You are shopping through different boutiques, not just one big store like maybe other websites. And one of the reasons why I actually really like Farfetch. We're gonna unbox them together, and afterwards I'm gonna tell you some fun facts about my favorite shoe designer, Gianvito Rossi. These are PLEXI, as I already mentioned before, but they are new season, which means there's something different about the leather. So let's start, shall we? So they always arrive with a special dust bag, which is very nice material. And then you have a spare pair of heel tips. I'm gonna just put that down and quickly show you. So you get this, two of this with every pair, and usually your cobbler will have this, but it's a nice touch that you have the original one, the same ones that are already on the shoes, so you're covered for the first year or two. It depends how much you walk in these shoes. Even the paper has the embossing on it. I hope you can see Gianvito Rossi. I love the packaging. For me, that's part of the experience of luxury shopping, of course. So yeah, we can't I didn't expect that, but okay. That's the first I've seen this kind of like plastic wrap on luxury shoes, but okay. So these are black PLEXI shoes, and if you didn't notice yet, the big difference is that these are actually leather, not patent leather. Because I already have the iridescent patent leather one, it didn't make sense to get just plain black and patent leather again, because it's a very similar shoe. But I always wanted, when I was wearing dupes, that it would be like plain leather. And finally we have the pair. Okay, let me take the other one out. They're really nicely packaged. Let me remove these things. I never keep shoes with these bars in there. I only leave them for the box, but afterwards I will take them out, and you know, when I have them on my shelves, they would be like this. Oh, the leather smells amazing. So these are the usual Gianvito Rossi PLEXI shoes, but the difference is that this is not patent leather. So here you can see the difference. This one is the old pair I have, but this is not just plain black, this is like iridescent patent leather. You can see in some lights that it's like, you know, on top of the puddle, you can see after the rain, so it's the same effect on this one, but this is just plain leather, and I actually preferred the PLEXI kind of like visuals with usual leather, so I'm very glad that they are now available, and you can see the difference in shine and everything. But I think that these ones are more casual than these ones. I mean, I will still wear them with jeans and stuff, but I just think that these ones will go nicer with, let's say, not so done outfits, with like very special evening dress. I think the patent leather fits nicely, but that's just my opinion, my style, and I always wanted to have like plain leather one. This sticker that says that it's real leather, sometimes it will be down here, sometimes it would be up here, but it's important to know how to remove it without damaging the shoe or your nails. So if you don't know, watch this video, I explain and show you everything. So this makes my fourth pair of Gianvito Rossi PLEXI shoes, and I'm assuming my last, because I think I have more than enough of them, but I really couldn't resist myself when I saw that they finally are available with plain leather and not patent leather. I was surprised that Gianvito Rossi shoes are handmade as well. I didn't know that. I thought it was Manolo's only. But it says like on a lot of places online that he still makes his shoes in his own factory by hand. But since it's not marked on the shoe, I assume that this changed through the years, but I don't know. They are good quality shoes, there's no doubt about it. I talked about Gianvito Rossi many times before, in many videos before. I have so many of his pairs that I think I'm more than qualified to tell you that they are very good quality. And Gianvito Rossi is known for that. He's known for that he cares about quality and the silhouette. He mentioned in multiple interviews that he doesn't really like all the embellishments and spikes and things like that, that he is all about the silhouette, so how the actual shoe looks, and then about quality. So he's very particular about which leathers he uses and which materials he uses in his shoes. There's also one fun interview I found years ago when he said that he didn't have the usual toys like kids usually do, that his toys were like leathers and things like that, because his father is Sergio Rossi, of course, and he was working for Versace, and now his brand is sold to Gucci and Kering. So he still makes shoes, but his son Gianvito kind of surpassed him in our age. Sergio was huge in the 80s and 90s, and also this design, the PLEXI, is a twist on Sergio's style. I think they're called Godiva, but they're not PLEXI, of course, but it's kind of like the pump that Gianvito took inspiration from, and it was of course his father's, and made his own version of it. And this is today, I think, is one of his most popular designs. I think we all know his Manhattan sandals, we know Portofino sandals as well, but I think PLEXI is just his most well-known design, and for a good reason. I mean, I have now, like I said, 4 pairs. I haven't worn this yet because obviously I just unboxed them, and you know, there are the usual up to standards. You will never see any traces of glue. You will see very nice stitching always on the edge. There won't be any like threads sticking out and things like that. And also important thing to note, the PLEXI that Gianvito Rossi uses, he patented it, so it's his own design, his own material. So the PLEXI on his shoes is not the same as on the others. And I already talked about this in one of my previous videos about shoes, that the important part about this shoes is that this first, when you get it, especially if you're buying a pair that's been in the box or in the store for a while, it's going to be quite stiff and hard. Don't be discouraged, because this will melt after a few minutes on your feet and really mold around your feet. So it's going to be like the shoe was made for you. That's one of the reasons why I really like these shoes, and why I assume most of us do, because once this kind of warms up and melts around your foot, it really does feel like these shoes were made for your feet only. Before I leave you for today, I just want to address the myth, let's say, about Gianvito Rossi's sizing. So his shoes are always true to size, but what is true to size in some country, it's not necessarily true to size in other countries. So that's all the confusion about. The first PLEXI shoes that came out, I think about like 10 years ago now, they were slightly smaller, and because of the pointy toe, if you have not wide feet, but just kind of like normal toes that all of them are like the same length, you probably will need to size up on this particular design for the pointy shoes. But I'm pretty sure you have other pointy shoes, so you will have kind of like the connection, what size will fit you. And if not, most of the sides, if not all of them, you can just send it back and, you know, take another size. But if you're like me, who are trying to save and trying to buy on sales when it's difficult to find specific sizes, or it might be difficult to return the shoes, for me it's true to size because I have narrow feet and my big toe is slightly longer than other toes. So for me, this kind of like design is perfect. But we all have different feet. So I know some of my friends, they have like half a size up on the PLEXI, and some even a full size. But that's only because this is quite narrow. So check if you're buying online and it's like the last pair and you want to buy it, but you're not sure if it's going to fit. If you have the same size in most of the shoes, you're going to be the same size in Gianvito Rossi. But if your shoe size goes up and down according to different brands, then maybe you will have to size up in Gianvito Rossi as well. I have a bunch of shoe videos. If you haven't seen them yet, go check them out. Thank you for watching, and of course, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.